Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is Societal Narcissism. This video is a sponsor video sponsored by Tyler for Anonymous. And here's Anonymous' story. Hi, Ollie. I'm 27. I am a 27-year-old female coming up to 28 years old pretty soon. I have a narc mom and dad and a golden child narc sister. My story today will be about the latter, my golden child sister. I'd rather stay anonymous. My sister is pretty abusive. My sister used to have a sleepover obsession with me. Not anymore now. But 2 years ago, she used to have this crazy obsession with having sleepovers with me at her place. For a while, narcissistic parents decided what I did and where I go in the weekends. And that was hanging out at my sister's place and having sleepovers with her. They had a creepy obsession with forcing me to stay at my sister's house every weekend. They got so far as to make it a literal obligation to go there and spend my Saturdays and Sundays there. Saying no didn't work because that would result in screaming matches, physical and verbal assault. I decided to distance myself from the conflict, but as I walk up the stairs to escape to my room, my sister followed me and pulled my sweater, and I almost fell. It's been 2 years since I ever had the last sleepover with her because I was setting strict boundaries, but it was still a pretty scary time in my life. Every time I refused to go, they would punish me and abuse me and threaten with all kinds of things like stopping providing food and cooking for me, gaslighting me and say that they will harm me so much and ruin my entire life. I don't like having sleepovers at my sister's house because she's always so abusive and didn't provide a good bed to sleep on for me. And you're 24 years old. And why are you still living at your parents' house in the first place? I mean, this is why you got to get out. You got to get out. I always had sleepless nights at her place. Every time I bring this up, my sister denies everything and she tells me it's a good bed and I'm just being sensitive and should just get over it and come over again. My parents had the stupid excuse I was bothersome to them, so that's why they wanted me out of the house and dropped me off at my sister's. I was an annoying piece of shit, so they needed to kick me out for a couple days, which is weird because when I am home, the only thing I do is be in my room and watch YouTube. So how in the hell could I be a disturbance to their peace? But the next day, they will switch the narrative around and claim I am too much in my room and that I am antisocial and too introverted and I need to get out more and go to my sister to help me become more social. Like I said, how can I be a bother to them if I'm only in my room all the time? The "I just don't feel like it" approach never worked with my parents, but that's not a valid enough reason to go. Actually, no reason is any valid reason with them. They always keep asking explanations, and I have given them like 100 explanations 100 times now, and they always demand more explanation and act like I never explained anything to them. But here's my thing: why are you still living there? What's the deal? I mean, do you work and then you go live at their house? And I understand you're not. I understand you're not American. You're in the West. I think you're in Germany. But don't you want to? If you're not there, they can't force you to do shit. See, you're giving them the opportunity to abuse you and force you to do things you don't want to do because you're living in their house. You gotta get out of their house. Sleepovers used to be fun with my sister, but after a while, she started to always treat me like shit during it. I asked her if she wants me to have sleepovers at her place again. She has to treat me with respect and treat me like a human being. But when demanding respect, I get called mean bitch, ungrateful brat, cruel monster, Asking for respect is apparently disrespectful to them. My sister would start the crocodile tears act and start being aggressive physically and verbally and try to steal and take my belongings like my phone and threaten to take my laptop just to get me out of my room and spend time with her. Their aggressiveness and anger outbursts made me extremely anxious and made me dread the weekends. Every Friday night coming home from work, okay, so you do work. Every Friday night coming home from work, I would be filled with so much anxiety because I would know my sister would be home and I know she would start forcing me to have sleepovers with her again. So again, if you're working, you gotta get out of your parents' house. If you're not in their house, if you're not in front of them, they can't abuse you. My sister tried to bribe me with all kinds of things to get me to come, like bribe me with foods and drinks. I have wine, I have chips, you can watch movies at my place. My sister completely denies all the abuse she did, and my parents completely take her side. They are enabling her toxic behavior, invalidating her feelings, and invalidating mine. My mom called me a liar and told me my sister is good and sweet person and she would never do such things. How dare I even accuse her of being abusive? But my mom isn't even there during the sleepovers to even know those things. I don't get why they wanted me to have sleepovers with my sister so badly for a while, to the point they get physically abusive. Why was it so extremely important for them that I have sleepovers with my sister? I don't know. I mean, you stop this at like 24, you're 27 going on 28. It sounds like they want you out of the house too, to be honest with you. I mean, you're 27 going on 28. You're closer to 30 than you are to 20. At some point, your parents are probably going to want you out of the house. And here's the thing. I mean, I take you at your word about the abuse and the golden child sister and all that. Okay? But you are wasting your prime years hiding in your room. And you're making it easier for them, if what you're telling me is true about the abuse, to look like the good guys. Because who wants to see their young daughter waste their prime years? Because that's what you're doing, is you're wasting your prime years locked in your room. I have got them to stop forcing me as of today. They sometimes talk about it, and my sister mentions occasionally how she misses the old good times. We had sleepovers, but never forces me to go anymore. They occasionally bring it up, but stop being abusive about it. I think they've given up by this point and saw they will not get me to go. Why do you think they do this? Anonymous. Because they want you out of the house. They want you out of the house. I mean, it's just that simple. At 20, look, you're pushing 28, you're pushing 30. They want you out of the house. It's that simple. And look, they have that right at this point. Like, I don't know what your financial situation is. I don't, you ask for a sponsor because, you said you're in the West and you can't donate. So I don't know if you're in a bad financial situation or whatever it is, but that's got to change. At some point, they want you out of the house. Whether they're narcissists or not, they are entitled to privacy in their own home. Having their 28-year-old daughter sitting there in their room on YouTube all day is not optimal for them. So if you want this abuse to stop, you have to get out of their house. So the abuse is never going to stop while you're living with the narcissist. Period. Like, you can't. You're not just going to wave a magic wand. Because here's the thing. It's going to come off as entitled. You're going to come off as entitled. Like, no thought at 28, pushing 30, like I should be out on my own, living my own life, living in my own place. You know, your parents probably do want their, whether they're narcissists or not, want some of their own privacy as well. So yeah, they're looking to push you off on your sister just to get some time away. Whether or not you say you're locked in your room, you're not bothering them. Like what if your dad just wants to walk around in his boxer shorts? Like what if you want, like, honestly, like they always got to be cognizant that there's somebody else in the house. You know, and I'm not saying that's what it is, but you know, there's somebody else in the house, so they really don't have complete privacy. Neither do you. You're never going to get the narcissist to stop abusing you if you still live there with them. I mean, that is the best advice I can give you. So, I hope that helps and you don't take that as some sort of attack, but you know, that's the best advice I could give you. Thank you for your story, Anonymous. Thank you to Tyler for sponsoring. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, something you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up a Skype, a phone call, have a private video made, you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help but can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with the Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, and email links in the description box below. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. Also, be sure to subscribe to both my channels on Rumble. Follow me on Twitter and Telegram as well. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been Societal Narcissism. Take care, everyone.